We're gonna go for it
Yeah,
now. Fuck it.
no. Well,
Fuck you,
yeah, fuck it.
OBS.
No, fuck you.
Wow, damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how we're starting this.
That is gonna be the best
Trust me.
intro for a podcast ever.
Yes. I am the content. The actual content,
It's
Cloud.
true.
Yep. The actual content.
Big true.
There's any time that you come across any content, it's me.
It's it's all been you in
You just
disguise.
look yes. Every kind of content you come across is me, but in disguise. You don't know shit. You don't see shit. Keep them guessing.
Okay. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Yeah, you shouldn't because you got small brain, that's all.
It's true. I got tiny little
Let
turtle
me
brain. So, for those who are new or just tuning in, this is Secret Whispers, aka Content Cloud.
AKA Cloud, AKA Cloudastrophe, AKA Whispers, AKA Secret, AKA Bitch. All the above, yeah.
God. Okay, well, now that you've gotten that out of your system, I see that you have a little fun fact. Phone fact. It's a phone fact about
Fun
not
fact, it
phones.
is about non-phone related things. Gotcha.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, so you know how scientists are trying to bring back some extinct animals?
Hmm.
Right. Well, so we all know and love the woolly mammoth, sure, but you know dodos, right? Dodos are fucking stupid, but they're great. And they're not close enough to bring back dodos. In fact, there's barely enough preserved remains to recover some, enough DNA for it. But they share enough of a genome with the modern relatives of the Nicobar pigeons. Um, so it might be a possibility, but it's still a long shot away. And woolly mammoths probably would come back beforehand. I just wanted to put that out there. Woolly mammoths, 100% will probably be the first thing that scientists bring back from extinction. That's not an actual fact, but I have this feeling. Just based on the fact that they can't bring dodos back. And they're simple. They're giant chickens. Okay?
I'm a giant chicken
Oh,
too.
yeah, you got dodo brain, all right.
That's true.
Yeah, so that's my fun fact. There's just barely enough remains of dodo birds to, recover enough DNA to say that there's a potential possibility of bringing back dodos.
So I have a question. What if we
But
bring back the mammoths,
mammoths.
right? What if
Oh
we
God,
bring
yeah.
back the mammoths, and then it
Yep.
turns out they've been gigabrain the whole time? The only reason they went extinct is because it was a little bit too warm outside for them.
Oh
Like
my
the whole
God.
time, they were the ones that built the pyramids, and they were fucking. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey,
Like they built the pyramids, they
yes.
discovered calculus, and left behind notes that some dude in the Middle East was like, "Hey,
Dude, that'd be
these
so
look like
fucking.
numbers."
That would probably spell the end of days for humankind, I feel like,
Oh
because
yeah,
they would realize they would be like, "Oh shit." They'd like figure out all their like past research and shit, the shit that we don't still understand, and they'd be like, "Oh, gotcha. Okay. So humans those need to be extinct." Check.
or a worse thought: what if we've gotten it wrong, or we get it wrong when we bring them back, and for some reason, whenever they're unextincted, that's
Mm-hmm.
a word totally, they
The
end up
extinction.
they end up craving blood and end up
So like a
fucking
vampire.
predators.
You know what, honestly?
They become if what exactly would happen if fucking elephants had sharper teeth.
Yeah, but now you got me curious. How much bigger to an elephant? Like how much bigger with like the size of it? Like is a woolly mammoth bigger than an elephant? Is my question.
I
I'm
will Google that
trying to
for
figure
you.
out.
Woolly mammoth to elephant comparison. Okay, they are bigger.
They are bigger by
Woolly
how much?
mammoths are heavier than elephants with much larger tusks. They were twisted rather than elephant tusks and could grow up to 16 feet long. In comparison, the longest ever elephant tusks were 11 feet 7 inches. Another variation Only in Asian elephants is that the females do not have tusks,
Weird.
but they were larger.
Okay. So, okay, yeah. So essentially, you want to bring mama fucking elephants back,
Hmm.
mama and papa elephants back for the
Hmm.
little elephants, which would be kind of cool. But also now they want to eat us. You know what?
I'm not saying I
Fair
want that. I'm
trade-off.
saying that's a fear because if we end up doing this and we fuck anything up, anything, like that could happen. That could just be
That's true.
end of days right there. Boom, done. Donzed. No
That's true.
more.
Though, how hilarious would it be that mankind would be done in by a woolly mammoth that they've created? Like, there's a bunch of different tropes like that from fucking movie. You know what? It'd make for some great content. If I, Content Cloud, say so myself, that is some great content. I kind of want that to
If I get
happen.
eaten by an elephant, I'm recording it and I'm making sure Bunny posts it on my channel.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Tag me though, because I'm content. So.
Fair. Speaking of content, did you hear that EDP? You know who EDP 445 is, right?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you the quickest rundown on the planet. Okay,
Okay.
dude was he's a very heavy set man who very
Mm-hmm.
much so enjoyed the Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
That was his personality on the internet.
Okay.
Okay, so then
All right.
skip like a year down the road, right?
Yep.
After he starts his channel, a year down the road, somebody accuses him of being a pedophile, and he posts a video basically saying, "You a goofy motherfucker. I can't believe you would say that about me. You're a piece of shit for saying that because it's a lie." Okay? Then about 6 months later, a predator poaching YouTube group goes
Mm-hmm.
and does an undercover investigation without police help. I'm going to preface
Mm-hmm.
with that. So the police weren't able to do anything because they weren't involved, which means somehow that means all of the evidence that was gathered can't be used in court. Um
Gotcha.
so they go undercover as a 13-year-old girl and start messaging EDP. On the second day out of 3 months that they were texting EDP as a 13-year-old, EDP sends a shit picture, literally a picture of his shit in the toilet.
Oh my God.
At one point says, I shouldn't be talking to you. You're 13. This is bad. I'm not talking to you anymore. And then literally within like 2 days is talking mad sexual.
What the fuck?
Then they
Are
set
you
up a
serious?
meeting. I'm dead serious. Then they set up a meeting and they confront him because he thinks he's going to see a 13-year-old girl. He shows up and they're like, "Yo, I'm who you thought was 13. Explain yourself." And he literally just goes, I was here to pick up a cupcake."
My fucking God.
So all that happens, it all gets posted. Um he ends up getting thrown off of YouTube, off of Facebook, and I think off of Twitter. I could be wrong about that. So I'm going to preface with, if I am wrong about anything, it is because I didn't dive deep into the lore like some other people did.
Lore.
But I know he was thrown off of Facebook, and I think or thrown off YouTube, and I think he left Facebook. He spent like a year going on any social media, like fucking down rabbit hole social medias that he could find, and then like there was like thousands of people that would follow him, and then like out him, and he would have to leave that social media too. It got so bad, apparently, he had to change his legal name because people were finding out that he applied for jobs and they would call those jobs and tell them what happened. And then those
My
jobs would
God.
reject him, which, in my opinion, you're a pedophile, you deserve it. But anyway,
Right. But like
um,
also, like, why waste your energy? Just fucking, I don't know, report them. Can't the police do some shit?
they can't because all the evidence was gathered without them.
Yeah, but they could start their own investigation.
That's true, they could, but you really think this dumb motherfucker is gonna fall for it again and send a second shit pic? I'd think not. Anyway, so he returned
Some
to
people are
YouTube
dumb.
like a month ago, and his channel was up for like like 10 days, and he posted like 6 things in 10 days about the Eagles, and then they took him down like that. But it was almost
My God.
like he was trying to fly under the radar.
Sucks to be him, huh?
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up
Well,
because it's funny.
goddamn. Why would he come back though? Like what? Who?
Mini Lad
Once
did.
they figure out, like, oh, okay, Jesus.
I'm sure you heard about Mini Lad, right?
Vaguely. Oh,
Okay. Well, I'm not going to go into that rabbit hole because that
yeah.
was
Explain that one later for me.
even
Yeah.
crazier. But yeah, Mini Lad came back and he's doing really shitty, but he's still back on the fucking platform.
Sure.
But yeah, that's my EDP story. I just wanted to make sure you knew, everybody else and you knew that
Hey,
EDP returned for a week and then fucking dipped because he got,
love that.
thrown out, not really dipped.
So, just to circle back on dodos, I just want to let everyone know that dodos are my favorite kind of bird. So, if you ever want to get me a bird, get me a dodo. All right, now we can fully move away from dodos. I'm good on my dodos now.
I don't think you
All that.
are. I'm
I'm not,
I'm
but
curious about one thing that you put on your list.
oh yeah, yeah. What's on my?
I'm
What is
sure
it?
you I am sure you know exactly what I'm referring to. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
definitely. It was definitely the customer convos, right? Like,
Yeah, yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. All right. So, for those who don't know, tomorrow, I believe they are dropping a new Sims 4 game pack, or, um, no, it's a game pack, not an expansion pack. So, they're adding werewolves. Now, when you think of a werewolf, describe what you would like. How would you describe a werewolf? What are your main features of a werewolf?
On its back 2 legs.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Probably either very thin or very muscular. Um,
Mm-hmm.
um, Blood all over his face,
Mm-hmm.
and in the middle of eating a carcass. That's how I would describe a werewolf.
Yeah, so grotesque, right?
Yeah, really long
Okay.
arms, really like short, stubby fucking legs because it's funny.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Something kind of, aggressive. Now, I want you to go to Google for me, real quick. Everyone at home, play along because it's great. This is fun. It's
Oh, I'll
so
throw it up on.
wonderful.
I'll throw it up on the screen for the YouTube viewers.
Good, 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 good. All right. So just type in Sims 4 werewolf and you tell me, motherfucker. You tell me if that's a werewolf or if it's a fucking furry. All right.
No, no, they have a Rottweiler one. What the fuck?
They have piercings, they have multicolored fur. You can paint them like you can the pets in Sims 4. Like it, they have piercings, they have scars, they have
It's
it's
like if that
furries.
Cats musical had better CGI. Oh my god.
Yes, it's furries.
Oh my
All right,
god.
at least dog and cat furries. All right, they don't
What the
have like
fuck
the
am
other
I
weird ones, but
looking
they've added
at?
furries. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
no.
yeah,
Oh no.
yeah.
Oh
They've added
dear
furries.
god. What have they done?
I don't know. They've added furries. That's yeah. Under the name werewolves. So look, the werewolves in Sims 3 were better. They looked more grotesque. Like you type in Sims 3 werewolf and 100% better. This is the game beforehand, right? Like this is the game before Sims 4. You'd think they would at least look better in the Sims 3, but the gameplay sucked because they had spread out like 4 different cults in one game pack. Whereas the Sims 4, they take each like one and kind of give them their own like game pack so it's more fleshed out, which is nice. But like they could have done so much better. Like I'm so I'm so mad. So yeah, there's furries in Sims 4 tomorrow.
How does that make you feel?
Because I'm still gonna buy the pack because there's a
Because you're
really
a
cool
furry
world.
freak.
No, because they have really cool objects and lots.
Wait, if I'm a werewolf in Sims, can I fuck a dog?
No, no,
They
you
have to
can't
make my
do that.
furry
No,
experience
I mean
complete.
maybe with mods, but like,
You need to
oh
explore that
god,
side of Sims.
no,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need bestiality sims. All right,
You
I'm good.
need
I
you need to explore that side of Sims and then come back to us and tell us how it went.
Sims 4 bestiality. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, let me do a quick little Sims 4 bestiality mods. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh dear God, there. Oh, oh,
Am I gonna
oh
regret
no,
looking this up?
oh no, oh no,
Oh dear God.
oh no. Oh,
Zoophilia animation mod. Oh my
I hate it. 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 I hate I need bleach. I need bleach. I
oh my
need eye
God.
bleach. I need eye bleach. I'm getting out of here. I need eye bleach. Cute, cuddly. Wait, cuddly cat. Cat. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. That's a lot better. Okay. I oh, okay. I just need a minute. I feel I feel gross. I think I need a shower after that.
You need to fucking delete that search history quick. Oh my God. Vince is gonna come in and be like, this is what you're into. Everything else I'm perfectly fine with, but this is where I draw
Yeah.
the line. Oh dear
He
God.
just he's like one day I'm at work, he's just chilling playing on my laptop, goes to type in Sims 4 beast something and it's just gonna be
Or he just types in Sims 4 because that'll be the first thing that pops up as bestiality mods
oh
now.
no, no, because I have a lot of Sims 4 searches. Sims 4 cheats, Sims 4 CC, Sims 4 mods, Sims 4 yeah, I have a lot of I'm gonna be the first one.
Oh dear God. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now they
Yeah.
can combine their furries with their animal fucking on Sims.
I mm,
You
I
excited for
just
Modern Warfare 2?
no,
Actually, okay, yeah, we're
no,
gonna talk
no,
about this. Are
no.
you really not gonna buy the game?
No, it's the oh my God.
It's
Look,
not.
it's the
It's not.
same
It's
fucking
not.
okay.
Okay, the original Modern Warfare, would you say that was the same as the original Modern Warfare 2?
I I
The
think
gameplay was
I
completely
look.
different. The graphics were completely different. It was a better
So
game.
here's
The
my
story
thing.
was great. The multiplayer was better.
I'm not I'm not the person to talk about Modern Warfare or any COD games. If you're going to talk about anything besides multiplayer, I do not play the campaigns. I don't give a fuck about it. The only
Okay.
things I play are zombies or multiplayer.
Okay, then
So if you want to talk to me about
I'll specifically stick to the multiplayer, okay?
okay, all
Okay.
right.
The original Modern Warfare had multiplayer.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
was good for its time. Arguably still
Yeah.
pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
But Modern Warfare 2, the original, took it up a
Mhm.
notch. Added game modes, added different weapons. It was awesome. It was great.
So, yes.
So,
Yes. Now
this
here's
next
the
Modern
thing.
Warfare 2, they've already said that they're going to be adding some of the best maps from the original one. Plus, if they're going to be
But
adding new maps like they did in Modern Warfare, where they created all new maps, I'm excited for it because a lot of those Modern Warfare maps were really fucking good, in my
so
opinion.
my problem is that when I started my COD like play like when I started really playing COD like multiplayer, it was with Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. And then it went from there to like Black Ops 3. There was something I think there was Modern Warfare something. I
Modern
forget which
Warfare
one it
3,
was. I don't
and then
what
there
it
was
wasn't Modern Warfare 3.
Advanced
And I
Warfare.
didn't play Advanced Warfare. I waited a while and I played Black Ops 4. I played mainly I play Black Ops. I Modern Warfare 3 had didn't that one have like the survival mode,
Yep.
the co-op? Yeah, I played that one with my mom and that's when I really got into it a little more and then like after that, I think there was another God, I just don't remember. Like I don't play the campaigns, so it's really
That's fine.
difficult for me to, well, what I'm saying, it's really difficult for me to differentiate between the games because a lot of the multiplayer always ends up the same, or maybe it's slightly different and more annoying. Um,
I will
but
say,
like,
so for example, here's what I'm going to throw out. Imagine they made different versions of Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, okay? Right?
mhm, mhm.
Would you say that Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 had the same multiplayer? Was it the
Yes and no.
same was it the same game?
Um, for what I can remember, yeah,
What?
honestly. At least how
What?
I played it. Like I didn't really, I was just there to shoot people and talk shit. Like that's
Well, then get Modern Warfare 2 cuz then you can shoot new people and talk shit to new people.
okay. Well, okay, I'll still get it because that's what you're probably gonna switch to, but like let I Modern Warfare is just, it's perfect.
Modern
You
Warfare,
know,
I will
I
say, out of the last 4 COD games that have come out, Modern Warfare has been the best of the 4.
yeah. Yeah, oh absolutely. And I used to say that about Black Ops 4, but then they dropped, better topics.
Yeah.
But 4 was also pretty much the same, except for Blackout when they added that. That's what really started it. That's what really started all those battle royales.
I will say, well, it didn't start a bunch of battle royales. It kind of
I
piggybacked
mean,
off
within
of
COD.
yeah, within COD. I will say Blackout I liked better than Warzone. That's probably a really hot take, but
Agreed. Agreed. Holy fuck. You could just ride that fucking circle, hide out in fucking corners. You could sit there and fucking, emote your life away and still fucking win.
well, my thing
Like,
is like now with fucking Warzone, it has felt like Vanguard and Black Ops Cold War were just DLCs for Warzone. They didn't feel like their own games. And on top of
right.
that, like once Warzone itself dropped, Modern Warfare felt like it began feeling like just DLC. It was shit that I had to pay a little bit more money to get cool shit on.
Yeah, I
Uh,
agree with
just
that.
I just didn't.
Though I kind of feel that way about COD in general, is that it's just a bunch of like penny pinching, just trying to get the most, you know, that they
Which
can out of us.
to a
And
degree it
I
is.
and I get that, but I also think that there are games that, I mean, there's nothing quite like COD. But I feel like it could be done better, essentially. And I feel like other games have a better hold on it. Like for instance, and it's in no way the same, but when it comes to God of War, did you ever play through all of those games?
Hmm. Not the most
Right?
recent
So
one,
like,
but yeah,
yeah, not the newest one, right?
yeah, correct.
Um, I haven't either. But so from 1, 2, and 3, of course, like it was still the same, and it just kind of built upon the last. And maybe the only reason why I don't see that is because I don't play the campaign when it comes to COD, but like I feel like they could still do it with multiplayer too, right? Like I still feel like they could take what they had and build off of it and still keep things new, fresh, and interesting, right?
So
Like
what I see what
they
you're
are
saying.
attempting that, but I'm thinking more along the lines of like, oh, this is so for, let's say, gunfight, right? How long did it take them to figure out gunfight was a good thing to have, and then they added it to fucking Cold War? Like,
Yeah,
you
but you
know,
also got to realize gunfight was something that was exclusive to Modern Warfare for a while. Also, God of War didn't have 3 different developer teams, well, developing companies making it in a
that's true.
rotation. So
That's
essentially,
true.
now what we're going through is Microsoft bought Activision and essentially put a stop to Call of Duty every year. Um,
Right.
they've said that this next one, Modern Warfare 2, is going to be the last yearly Call of Duty. I don't know if they said anything about when they'll be dropping them, like on a regular basis. Um,
Right.
but I do know that they said that this was the last yearly Call of Duty, which makes me excited because then we'll be able to actually get games that feel like they were worth waiting
Oh, absolutely.
for.
Because at the
Because
moment, like COD just feels like a waste of money. I bought Cold War and didn't really touch it.
same, I didn't even buy Vanguard. Um,
Yeah, same.
but I bought Cold War. I bought the $80 version of Cold War. I was hyped for that shit.
Jesus.
I
Yeah.
loved Treyarch, but then fucking
Mm-hmm.
Cold War on drop, it just sucked. It
It really
fucking
did.
sucked. The
The only
audio
thing
was
that
horrible.
I
The graphics kind of
yes.
blew. It just all around didn't feel like a Call of Duty game. It felt like they started developing a Call of Duty game halfway through developing a different shooter.
Yeah. Um, the worst part was is like the only thing that was good about it at first was just the zombies.
Yep.
And the zombies were great. But and like I think they to be honest with you, I think Cold War did a fantastic job with zombies. It feels like the typical like, Black Ops 1 kind of zombies with a lot more like that's what I mean by like building upon like their shit instead of recreation of a whole new fucking thing, then it's I don't know, convoluted in a sense, right? Like you go from one thing to another for like multiplayer modes, right? So
Well, you know why
Modern Warfare
Zombies
had
builds on
gunfight
itself,
and
right?
then why?
Zombies
I
only
mean,
comes out on Treyarch developed games. It's not something that comes out
gotcha.
on Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer.
Right.
So,
I guess I
like
see what you're saying, but
Black Ops 2, 3, and 4, Cold War, yeah, Black Ops Cold War, whatever the fuck they decided to call that shit show. That's why
mhm.
Zombies continued there. I think on
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 3 they had an alien survival thing that they tried, which I enjoyed. I thought it was cute.
Yes.
Um,
I I remember seeing something about that. I don't remember if I ever played it or not.
but
I
that's
think I had someone drag me into it once, but I don't remember
but
the whole
that's
thing.
that's the problem though with a yearly Call of Duty is people expect, oh, it's Activision published, so that means it's all going to take place on the same timeline, it's all going to be the same story. No. When you have three different companies developing three different storylines but under one guise of Call of Duty, then it becomes difficult to find yourself enjoying one if you're just going to have to jump to a whole new story a year later.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
That's
yeah, I get what you mean. It's still frustrating, especially when they want you to pay like $60, $70, $80, $120 a pop for for what? You know.
yeah, I feel that. I'm personally, I'm not gonna get the deluxe edition. I've seen people fucking buy the what's it called, the beta or the pre-release or whatever for Modern Warfare 2. I feel like, in my personal opinion, I got screwed on Black Ops Cold War. I'm not gonna let myself get screwed again because there's no guarantee that this one's gonna be great. I have high hopes for it because it's the same people who made the original three Modern Warfares and the reboot. But at the same time, I also had high hopes for Black Ops Cold War because they made fucking Black Ops, and look what
Right.
happened there. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna buy the regular old version of the game
I think I will
and
too.
hope to God that it turns out better than I'm thinking it will. Commercials make it look really fucking good. It reminds me of when
Yeah.
Black Ops or when Modern Warfare 2, the original one, came out. It reminds me of that time period and that feeling. It's I'm excited, but
Excited.
yeah, it's really sucky though with games now. You can be super
Yeah.
excited for games, but then because of how many times we've been fucked, it's just hard to
Yeah.
stay
Honestly,
hyped. Like we had fucking Cold War flop, Vanguard. I didn't buy. The gameplay looks okay now, but that's a year later. Like, ooh. And then there was fucking
yeah.
Battlefield 2042. I was so excited for that game. And apparently, a ton of the issues are just now getting fixed, a year plus after it's been fucking dropped.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost
So
like for me at least, I played a lot of Little Big Planet uh, when I was younger, and then I don't know. Do you know anything about Little Big Planet?
I know very little about Little Big Planet.
Okay. So the company that um either worked on or owned or whatever this game, it's called Media Molecule. Okay. Now, one, two, and three, or one and two were fantastic games. Okay. Absolutely 100% recommend it. It's a very multiplayer kind of thing. It's like a platformer, a 3D platformer kind of game. Okay. With like a storyline. Now, the same thing happened with their Little Big Planet 3. Like everyone was so hyped, so fucking hyped for it, right? It was featuring a lot more like creativity because you can create your own maps and own games and whatnot in one and two. So a lot of people were excited for three when they've added like more layers for you to work on in the creative space and like more things you can do and you know better like effects and new kind of what do they call it? I forget what they're called in the game. Like they had like a circuitry kind of thing. I forget what they're called, dude. It's been so long. But anyways, so they added a whole bunch of shit, which was all cool and like pretty awesome. Like even the story was good for three. But now after it's been released, let's see, let me figure out when that was released because like it's still a disappointment is essentially what I'm getting at. Um
Still a disappointment. Fuck that game.
Still it's such a disappointment. Like it was 2014. Okay.
So 8 years ago.
2014. Yeah, 2014, they dropped it and everyone was so excited. Now, the only things that everyone really could only complain about was their creative side of like how to create your own levels and shit. That shit is so fucking laggy. Like so laggy. There's no way that they can even fix the lag. I don't even think they're going to attempt to do so anymore. Like, I mean, granted it's an 8-year-old game, but like it had everyone so fucking hyped. I could remember because maybe it's because I was just surrounded by the people that loved that game, but literally everyone I knew was fucking talking about this fucking Little Big Planet 3, and I was so excited. Paid like 60 fucking dollars, and you get into the game, you start going to create like by yourself without anyone joining you. You get into the game to go and create your own level, and it's already lagging, and it takes about 20 minutes to maybe an hour and a half just to load in.
God
Or
damn.
like if it especially if it's like some like a world you were already or a level you were already working on just to load everything and they have like this heat thermometer, so like essentially there's only a certain amount of everything you can place in one level, okay,
Hmm.
before it gets way too much for your console or whatever you had to play it. Like actually I think it's only a PlayStation game, never mind. um
It is, I think.
so yeah, so before it would like essentially break the game. And there were ways around it, of course, like that they added, but the problem still is that they never did fix the lag. Like you'd go to and try and play any like other user created levels with your friends, forget it. You guys were lagging out. Somehow you're off the screen, falling through the world that you can't even see. Like bullshit. Everyone was so excited for that. Pisses me off to this day because how are you gonna hype up this fucking game? Be like, oh yeah, all these new cool features you can use and things you can do and stories and things you can create. But oh yeah, by the way, you need a brand new goddamn PlayStation just to play this game without anything else on it, and this is the only game you can have on it, and that's the only way I believe it'll ever run like properly.
That
I'm
sounds
not.
like it was developed by Bethesda.
It wasn't. It was Sony.
uh, oh
Sony
man.
and their little developers and shit like that. Like, I wish Bethesda did that. It'd probably be a lot better. But yeah, and then they added Sackboy's Big Adventure, which is like a spin-off kind of Little Big Planet. But then they also added another game, or at least Media Molecule did. Um, they created another game called Dreams, and I was so excited for this. It was essentially taking all the really cool like creator aspects of Little Big Planet 3, but giving it its own like game, its own platform, just something where you can create your own games, movies, like scenes, whatever you want with like essentially a game to make your own games. So excited for that. You know what you need for it though? PlayStation VR. You think my
Oh,
bitch ass is made of money? Like
oh,
you can use your controller, right? Hold on. You think that using your controller because it can have like it has like the what is it? The tilt. Like it can it will read if you're tilting your controller and shit. But yeah, no. No, you know what that does? Because my controllers are used and worn and shit like that. It my whole cursor just goes off to the side of the screen. There's a reset button, it sits in the middle and then it goes off to the side of the screen. I can't even play the fucking thing. I was so excited, but they didn't make it like any user friendly whatsoever. It's like not unless you have VR. I was so pissed off. I was like, after all these fucking letdowns, first Little Big Planet 3, then Sackboy's Big Adventure, which I didn't even give a fuck about because of Little Big Planet 3, then all of my creator tools, like all in one game, bet. And now you're gonna disappoint me with this? Oh, I was so mad. Essentially, all I'm getting at though is that I fucking hate when like the hype fucking just murders the game, right? Because you're like, oh, it's gonna be so cool, and then all of a sudden, as soon as they drop it, it's like just, oh,
well,
yeah.
it's like I don't know about you. I know you're gonna remember.
Uh-huh.
Like back when you saw a commercial for a game, and you were like, "Oh, cool," or even better, if you saw a gameplay trailer of the game, and you were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that just looks fucking sick." I'm gonna have to wait like a year or two or three, but it's worth that wait. I'm gonna save the $60, like save up $60 doing chores. It's gonna be fucking sick. I'm gonna get that game, and then those 3 years pass, and it's the same game you hyped yourself over for those 3 years. Now you see fucking trailer for a game, you're like, oh, that looks sick. Can't wait to see that in a month.
Mhm.
And then that month comes and it's a
Yeah.
cash grab. There have been three
There's just
exceptions I can think of off the top of my head. Fucking Elden Ring, Red Dead Redemption 2, not the online. The online's a cash grab. I've played it. They do a horrible job at fucking cheat detecting and shit like that. Anyway, Elden Ring, Red Dead 2, and fucking the new God of War. I've seen the gameplay for the new God of War. I've watched playthroughs. That shit looks sick. I want to get the new one that's coming out. It looks sick.
hell yeah.
But
Hell yeah. Well,
like
I
I
mean, God of
just
War. To be fair, God of War is always gonna be a good fucking game. Just saying.
I don't know, I didn't like the PSP game.
Okay, yeah, we cannot talk. We don't have to talk about the PSP game. All right, we don't have to talk about
I'm
that.
just throwing
That
that
you
out there.
know.
Just
We
throwing
don't
that
have
out
to
there.
talk about that one. Wait, no, I don't think you do.
I'm, I'm, I'm
I
not I'm
don't
not
think you
saying it
do.
was a bad game. I just think
Never
it
mind.
could
We don't
have
have to
been a
talk about. You
lot
want to know
better.
why? You want to know why? The
Why?
PSP could have been. The PSP could have been so fucking. You know what? You know what? If the PSP and the fucking Switch were merged together, I think we could have had something way fucking cooler than what we got now. Like in an
The
alternate timeline. All
PSP
I'm.
was ahead of its time though. The PSP and then
That's what I'm saying.
the PS Vita essentially, if you want to talk about
Yeah.
combining the PSP and the Switch, that's what the PS Vita was because you could hook up your
Yeah.
PS Vita to a PS3 and play games from both. That shit was lit.
Yes. The Vita was absolutely amazing, honestly. I never had one, but I had friends who did, and that was so fucking cool.
That shit was fucking
Um,
lit.
one day one day I'm gonna have a whole collection of like old, uh, like consoles and like gaming shit. Like it's gonna be so dope. That's gonna be in there. I'm gonna have a GameCube, NES, all the old shit.
This might be a hot take, but I feel like GameCube could have been so much better.
It could have been, but for what it was at the time, especially where you could still play your Game Boy games, let's go, baby.
That's true. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Like I'd fucking plug my goddamn Pokemon in and be all set.
Yo, speaking of, there was a Wii game. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a Pokemon game. You could get a DS cartridge, and every Pokemon you had caught from your DS game that you had, you could slip it into the Wii, and it would download all those Pokemon, and then you could use them in that game.
I never played that because my Wii kind of died before that came out, and then it just like I was only using it for like YouTube essentially
Hmm.
because I didn't have a PC that worked at the time,
But yeah,
and
it
I
was
didn't
like
want to. So
it
I
was a
wanted
little
to
battle
run.
game.
Yeah, that'd be cool though.
Yeah. So like I
I
got, for
forgot something
example,
like that.
from Pokemon Diamond, I had
Mm.
downloaded that. I had not downloaded it, but I had the cartridge of that. I put that in my Wii, and it downloaded Dialga and all the other Pokemon I had, and then I could use that to kick my friend's ass who I had over that night.
Hell yeah.
That was back in the days of Blockbuster, because I remember I got that game at Blockbuster.
Oh hell yeah, Blockbuster was the best though.
Oh, it is such a shame that they fucking had to shut down, man.
I know. I remember like as a kid, my mom like you know how sometimes they would have like the candy and shit like that you could go and pick out and the popcorn. My mom
Oh
would
yeah,
always be like, "We have that shit at home. You don't need any of that. Come pick a damn movie."
yeah. We
Like,
would always rent a movie from there, and my dad, he's addicted to popcorn, so he would always buy a little thing of popcorn from there. Yeah, that shit was
that
lit.
was great.
Loved Blockbuster, man.
Honestly,
Rip my boy
absolutely.
Blockbuster. Rest in
R.I.P.
peace. Oh, speaking of Blockbuster and retail, that's a great segue. Let's hear about your
Hell yeah.
customer service convo.
Okay, so all right, it was a busy day. Content Cloud was just sitting there at register 2, typing out all the shit I need to do in order to get to the next sale and to do all the shits, okay, all the bullshits. And I call over my next customer, right? They're about like the third or fourth one in line, and there is already like six, seven, maybe even 10 people behind them. All right, now I'm rushing, okay, not Russian, all right, I am rushing,
You don't
okay.
sound Russian. Is your name Natasha?
I no, it is Content Cloud. What's wrong with you? We went over this at the beginning. Do you have short-term like memory loss or something? I almost said brain loss,
It
but that
sounded like you
that
almost
might make
called me
a
a retard. I was a bit offended. Oh my god.
you should. Only only small brains get offended. Anywho, so so this and I don't want to be rude. You know I'm not a rude person, but this little old person who I
We're
am
gonna
not
call
sure
him
whether or
Jim for the
not
sake of the story. That way, if for some ungodly reason they hear this, they don't think it's them. We're gonna
I
call
don't
this little old person Jim.
I don't know if it was a man or a woman.
That's why we're gonna
Okay.
call them Jim, because then we
All
can
right. So
say,
Jim,
yeah.
yes. So Jim comes up and only has like a couple items and I'm friendly and I'm like, "Hey, how's it going? You find everything you were looking for?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, I did. Just this today." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, cool. That's awesome." And then I'm like, "Let me just scan that. Do you want a bag for this?" And like, "Oh, no bag. It's good. I don't need a bag." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah." And then I'm like, "That's gonna be this amount of money." Right? I don't remember the actual amount. And like they're like, "Okay, hold on a second." They pull out a 20. Now it was under 20, I know that much. Um, so I'm keeping up the conversation. I'm starting to count the money out and give them their change. I'm like, "Yeah, how's your day going? Hopefully you have a good day today. Anything fun planned?" And so with one hand, because I have my right hand in the drawer and the left hand is closest to the customer, I had like swapped the money into the left hand to hand to the customer. And I did the bills first, and then I went back and handed the change over because my brain works left to right. Like I do the dollar amount first and then I do the change because then I'm less likely to, fuck up if like when I'm double checking how much I should have, right?
Right.
So I handed them the bills or handed them Jim the bills. I'm like, "Here you are, here's your change. Let me just get the actual change and like as in the coins." And I'm like counting it out and made sure I had the correct amount. And then I hand in the same hand that they're still holding the bills with, I had put the coins as far back, like closest to their palm as possible, because I know that, coins will slip off the money and you might drop it, whatever, right? So then Jim looks at me and says, Oh yeah, thanks. Just so you know, you should always hand the coins first and then the bills, so that way they don't slip off. I was like, okay, yeah, but that's why I handed them to you separately. They're like, oh, yeah, I guess. I'm like, the fuck, Jim? Like in my head, I'm like, the fuck is your problem?
You
Do
know,
something with your money, dude. Like, it was one at a time because I handed it to you with one. Jim, my guy, my girl, whoever,
my
my them,
my homie.
my homie. All right, fuck, get the fuck out my line. You have your change now. Go. And like, they just stood there staring at me for a second after. I'm like, okay. I look down at the rest of them. I'm like, I gotta assist the next person on register too. So then Jim kind of like hobbles away and like the line gets down and I talked to my manager after. I was like, someone told me I handed them their change the wrong way. She was like, yeah, that happens. I'm like, yeah, well, I don't know how to hand change to anyone else a different way. Do you? I don't fucking
I do.
know. Yeah.
You spit
So
in your
just to,
hand, dig your hand all around in the change drawer, and then just throw it at them.
hot. I'm gonna have to do that. All right, and then another one. So I have to write my name down for surveys. Our company really wants surveys and shit. So I'm like, I'm just gonna write my whole little speech is I'm just gonna write my name on your receipt just in case you get a survey. And then if they're like an older person, or I see them struggling to read my handwriting, I'm like, it's Cloud, nice to meet you. Um, and this one dude with his wife, like they were joking around with me. It was really funny. Like we're all just kind of joking around, and I don't remember what it was about, but something stupid. I always make a lot of jokes while I'm at work, just to make people laugh. It's like my favorite thing, right? Well, he wanted to try to make me laugh. So when he looked at my name, he was like, and then he looked at me, and he looked at my name again, and he's like, "Is your middle name Nine?" And it took me a second because I was like, "Oh, Cloud, yeah, okay, you're funny." I just started laughing. I was like, "Hi, yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, why is it always the middle-aged white men?
Hey, fuck you. I'm a middle-aged white man. Fuck you.
Why is it always middle to late age fucking white men?
Fuck you.
Why they always want to try to make you laugh? It's like you ain't funny.
Hey,
I ain't funny.
it's because at some point, okay, we hit a point where you hit puberty and then your testosterone's at an all-time high. You don't give a fuck about being funny. You're strong, you're
Mhm.
lean, you're mean, you're a fucking fighting
He's an
machine.
old man with white hair.
And then after you hit like 24, it goes straight downhill. Straight downhill. Testosterone lowers a little bit. You got to start taking vitamins in the morning. Your dick stops working at 20. It's like, it's horrible, man. So the only thing you've got is the way you can make people laugh. And unfortunately, it's all really shit dad jokes.
Yeah, I can appreciate some dad jokes, don't get me wrong. Also, I have one more customer convo that I want to talk about because it was kind of one of the greatest things that I've ever had happen. Now there was a lady, she was very thin, very like in shape, okay, but you could definitely tell she was older. She had like some wrinkles, she had wrinkles, not wrinkles. Anyways, uh,
She wasn't one of those
she
old
had
people
like the
that like
crow.
stays at the gym like fucking powerlifting and shit, was she?
No, she
Oh,
wasn't.
okay.
She was just lean. She was just like she didn't overeat ever in her life. She had like the crow's feet. Just a genuinely nice looking older woman, like very mature. Like think cougar here for a
Oh
second. I'm not
god.
kidding. Okay, I'm not kidding. She was attractive, but like obviously really old, much older. Right? She had like short
Obviously
hair.
really old.
You could tell. You could just tell by what she was wearing, how she carried herself, the way she was talking. She was still full of life, though, right? She started flirting with me,
Oh.
and she winked at me because, like, we were making a joke about how, like, I was like, "Oh, I got you a coupon or something," and it was just, I don't remember all of it. It was something else that she was buying, and I was just kind of making a joke, and then she just winked at me. She's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to wink at you like that." I was like, "Of course not." And then she like winked again, like the little smirk, like with the little wink. You catch one. You know what I'm talking about. The
She was trying
look,
to fuck. She
that
was
kind of.
trying to get in there.
She was right, and she was just like she was joking around. And she's like, Bet you don't have that happen often for you. I was like, no, actually, I don't. But that is the greatest ever. I love that. And she was just like so open about it. Like it was so funny. You don't find that though, right? Like you don't find older people who are like, yay, let's pretend to be gay for the memes. You know?
Yeah, it's always people like me and Papa and Jelly and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you guys get
Okay,
full
so
gay but deny it. Yeah.
important question. Hey, fuck you. We pretend to be straight around our women, okay?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, question.
What's your
Would you
question?
have fucked the cougar though?
If I wasn't dating Vince
Yeah, if you
and
were
it was
single.
a thing?
Imagine a world where you're single. A universe where you're not dating
Ooh,
Vince and this happens. Do you
I
fuck the
might
cougar?
have. I might have. She seemed like the dominant type. I like
Ah,
that.
you
Mhm.
trying to get fucking
Mhm.
broke?
Mhm. Yep. Absolutely. Typically, personally, like when it comes to women, I typically am like the more dominant person, but with men, I'm not. So like, but with her, ooh, that was hot.
Calm down there. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
No,
Calm down.
no,
Okay.
no. Technically, orgasms are still in your brain, but that's also another topic. Okay,
Man, we need to add
I'm
that to
adding
the
that.
topic
Deep
list.
turtle.
No.
What and where orgasms and how not actually no horgasms like
Orgasms. Yep.
orgasms
I hate my mouse.
orgasms work.
Um. Also, teach turtle about the birds
Yeah,
and the
make sure you put
bees.
put that u in birds. You can't forget the u.
Oh
That's all
yeah.
that.
Hold on.
Yeah, yeah,
Birds. There
it's
we
not
go.
an I. Yeah, there we go. It's definitely with a u.
And a bee. Two bees in there. The burbs and the
Yeah,
bees.
yeah, the burbs and you know what,
Yep.
no, it's not the bees, it's the beebs. Hold
The
on, burbs
beebs.
and the beebs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the burbs and the beebs.
Yep. The burbs and the
Yeah.
beebs. Yep. Yep. Yep.
All right. I love how we have a whole ass podcast already set and go when we did it in just one podcast.
See, there we go. We've already got next podcast ready.
Mm. Yeah, so tune in next time. Like,
Oh yeah. Also, Cloud, shout out your
yes,
Twitch because you do Twitchy Twitch.
I do Twitchy Twitch. It's you know what? Is there an underscore? I forget.
Oh my God, you don't even know your Twitch.
It's bad. It's really bad because I remember getting mad that I had to have the underscore. And I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it?
Yeah, there's an
Yeah,
underscore.
secret underscore whispers. Capital S and W because I'm not a nerd. Okay.
True. She
I
knows how to
know.
spell.
Yeah, my grammar, perfection.
Perfection.
Yep. Yep.
Alrighty. Well, since we've left it off with teaching me about sex, I think that's the best place to leave it off.
Yeah. Don't forget, wear your condoms, use your lube, and remember, don't use glass dildos.
Wait, don't use glass. What about unsanded wooden butt plugs? Can I use those?
All right, adding that to the list. Teach turtle about germs and how wood harbors disease. Yes.
Wait, I actually wait. What? Stupid fucking keyboard. Also, teach Cloud about the wonders of splinters in your bunghole.
Oh, I have another good one
Oh
too, just
God.
to leave us off. Each cloud and turtle, the delights of woodworking. Yes.
I actually know how to do woodworking. I know a lot about woodworking.
Okay, fine.
Fuck
Let me
you.
just, let me just, where's the, where can I just want to, they don't have a strike through bullshit. What is this? Dogs can eat my ass.
Google Docs fucking blows.
I just want to put a strike through the name turtle. Anyways, yeah.
Anyways,
Wherever you need content, find me at secret_whispers for Twitch bullshit. Don't look for Shotgun Turtle like at all. Like
nah, don't
he's a
look for
hoe.
me.
You
Fuck
don't need
that.
him. You
Yeah, fuck
you
that.
need to come look for me. You need the purest of pure content, only provided from
True.
Content
She
Cloud.
she
Jesus.
robbed another man of his content. Said this is
I
communism. Give
did.
me your content. And
Yeah, something like that, I guess. I mean,